the tomato pulpit. Welcome, everybody,
We're here.
to the tomato pulpit.
We're pulling and we're pitting.
I am Mike Tomato.
Tom Sofa right here.
Pleasure. We are the hostesses with the mostesses, and
True that.
today on our special pulpit episode, we're breaking down 3 segments, just like the other day.
Yep.
Comings of the court, vicious lies and rumors. Oh no, we got a new one. Bad bills.
Mr. Consistency.
Thank you. We got a new one today. Bad bills. This one's about bills.
Double B's.
From Congress that suck batashka. So, let's just jump in, shall we? Unless you have anything you want to say.
Just want to say hi to the people. That's all.
And they say hi. They love you. Okay, so we'll start with the comings of the court. Today. So, have you heard anything about the Secretary of Education, the Department of Education, anything?
Like recent?
Any grumbles or grovels
Like
about it?
recent?
Yeah, recently.
The only thing that I heard was that, like, wasn't Trump going to, like, get rid of it all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's on its way.
Well, that's not good.
Per this new Supreme Court decision.
That's not good at all.
So, this stems from an executive order. I'll give like a little bit of context for this case. So Trump produced an executive order that would, quote, take all necessary steps to facilitate the closure of the Department of Education. The case is called McMahon, Secretary of Education versus New York.
All right.
So as this executive order rolled out to, dismantle the Department of Education, so with it came the firing of about 1,400 Department of Education employees.
Yeah.
Now, the tricky thing about the Department of Education is that it wasn't established through the executive branch, say like the Department of Homeland Security, which was kind of like initiated through Bush, and I think Congress ended up creating a statute creating the Department of Homeland Security. So the Department of Education was actually created back in 1979.
Wow.
There was an educational crisis in the United States, and they said that we need to get everybody under the same umbrella. Every American ought to know the same thing.
I think that's pretty
Which
good.
seems pretty common in a country called the United States.
Yeah. Makes sense.
That you kind of want to be a united front on education. So Trump wanted to fire 1,400 Department of Education employees. The Massachusetts federal judge said, no, you can't do this because Congress has to make the final determination on the Department of Education.
Okay.
The Supreme Court, in an unsigned ruling, said no. The president and the Secretary of Education can fire whoever the fuck they want.
Wow. You don't like that.
No, it's terrible. And what's killing me is that this is an unsigned opinion, which I should have done more research, but I didn't really have that much time on like what that actually means.
Yeah.
So what was interesting as like I was trying to find the majority opinion, I couldn't. I could not find the majority opinion.
Weird.
I was only able to find the Sotomayor's dissenting opinion, and that kind of gave me an understanding of like what's going on. So I don't know if like because it's unsigned, they can't release the majority opinion because there's no like author. Like Barrett isn't the author of this opinion, Thomas isn't the author of this opinion. It's just like in the ether. But the majority has decided on a 6-3 basis that the Secretary of Education and Trump can fire whoever they want. Sotomayor's dissent is great. She is really the liberal stronghold that we need, but it's unfortunate that she is in a very weak minority. So Sotomayor's big kind of moment in her dissent says, quote, this bill is indefensible. It hands the executive the power to repeal statutes by firing all those necessary to carry them out. So the strategy being with the Department of Education, with its inevitable demise, that since the president cannot legally terminate the Department of Education, he's just going to fire everybody to make it just effectively useless.
Yikes.
And that's the plan.
That's not good.
And with Linda McMahon, I think is her name, Liza McMahon, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Does the last name McMahon sound familiar at all to you?
I mean, yes, but not for a reason that...
Like, were you a WWE kid?
I wasn't a WWE kid very much, but I mean, Jim McMahon was the quarterback of the Chicago Bears in
Right, for the 85
1985.
Bears.
Yeah.
Not related, I don't think.
I figured, but
Uh,
that's just where my mind goes when I hear McMahon.
So her husband, fuck, is his first name McMahon, whatever.
Okay.
It's like a big pro wrestler guy, like merged the WWE with some other company and brought it to what it is today. Billionaires through pro wrestling.
Good for them.
And she's made multiple appearances on like WWE episodes or whatever the fuck they call them.
Mm-hmm.
And really, like DeVos, who was the previous secretary in Trump's first administration, has no background in education.
Yikes.
She has, I think, like been privy to some, I don't know, like school board meetings and shit like that, and has donated to private institutions, but has never put, her kids have not gone through public school. I don't believe she's ever had to take out a student loan for college.
Mm-hmm.
So this woman is just the most unqualified you can think of to run the Department of Education, but she's incredibly qualified to destroy it, it seems.
Get her in there.
And that's what their plan. And I think the really scary thing with this is what Sotomayor said, is that like it gives the executive pretty much the ability to say any statute that Congress passes is moot because I just won't enforce it. I won't allow the necessary materials, people and such included, to make it happen.
Then you're going to find people who are just going to say, yes, yes, man, no, man type of thing.
Sure, totally.
Just to hold on to the job.
Yeah, totally. And the last quote that I have from Sotomayor is that the threat to the separation of to the powers is grave. And it's true. Because if Congress is... You can yawn. It's totally fine. You
I know. I try not to, though. That's the thing. It's hard for me.
It's late. It's late.
I know.
But that's what it... This ruling to me is... It's just the beginning of the shit show that we're really going to get with the rest of the Roberts Court in this administration. Mm-hmm. And what's crazy to me is that like Trump's going to get another justice by the end of his term because Thomas is going to resign, which he should. He's old as fuck and he sucks, but he's just going to be replaced with another douchebag conservative.
Yeah.
So it's not looking great. And if I understand that there was talk in the Biden administration of like expanding the court to kind of override this supermajority that's destroying the Constitution and the country as we know it.
Yeah.
But that, that's a really like slippery slope on like, oh, you added judges, we'll just add judges. Oh, you added judges, we'll just take judges away. Like it's a weird thing that could happen. But if there's going to be a conservative supermajority for the rest of my life, I don't know if I could be here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're gonna, opinion me out of I don't know, the United States. Once I lose personhood as a gay person, I think then that's really it.
You going to New Zealand?
I would love to. I would love that.
If you can afford it.
Because you can be gay in New Zealand.
Yeah, you can.
But when they overturn Obergefell, it might not be okay to be gay. It's okay to discriminate against gay people. That's another case that I haven't brought here yet. But there's it started with a cake, and then it was like a website designer. And she was like, I don't want to make websites for gay people. And the Supreme Court's like, yeah, you don't have to make websites for gay people.
I guess you could choose who you want to do business for, I guess.
Right. But it's... If you can discriminate on the basis of sexuality, then who's to say that you can't discriminate on the basis of race? Right? So it's a slippery slope in terms of, like, access and equity.
Yeah.
It's similar to, like...
I guess I agree with you there.
Like, during the civil rights period, like, black people can't go into this restaurant. Like, yeah, they could deny them service, but that's wrong.
I agree. For sure.
And it's a similar concept. So, like, you can choose not to do business with this person because of a, I don't know, dispute that you just don't think you can accommodate what they need. And that's fine. You can say that. But to be like, I just refuse to do anything for gay people is...
Wrong, for sure.
Is wrong.
Totally.
And should be illegal. I don't have too much on this one because the information on this is pretty sparse. Like, I was going through a lot of, like, third-party websites to just try and see, like, what everybody else was saying. And I could only read the dissent. But really, this case just comes down to Trump wanted to fire 1,400 people, a judge in Massachusetts, and others, and that's why it's New York is the title of the case, said no. And then the court said, JK, the president can do whatever the fuck he wants. So
there you go.
The future of education in this country is going to go state to state. which is a little scary because that's what it was before 1979. And when I was talking to my parents about it, they're like, yeah, we were dumb as fuck.
Terrifying.
So, and states can choose. So, like, Oklahoma is, like, on this whole, like, religious public school kick.
I believe it.
So, you know, they have the 10 Commandments in every public school now or something, like a bill like that just passed. So we're going to see the residents of Oklahoma get a incredibly religious education, and then we'll see the people of Massachusetts get an incredibly secular education, and yet we are the United States.
No good.
So how, you know, it's just going to cause more conflict.
Right.
And I think partly, obviously, they wanted, this is all part of the Project 2025 playbook, and I think it's for two reasons. The dumber you are, the more likely you are to vote for a Republican. And then it's putting all education into the private industry.
Yeah.
So a quality education is only available for the rich because they're the only ones that can afford it.
Yeah.
And the rest can get a public religious education that keeps you servile and stupid.
Hate that.
So it's just scary times.
Terrifying.
So, you know, coming to the court, and then let's get into a sandwich of fun stuff. And
Let's
there's
do
like,
it.
so there's also like a little bit of political one, but it's kind of fun also, but we'll just get into it. So the next segment is Vicious Lies and Rumors.
Love it.
And so for this one, I wanted to talk about Drake's new abs.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Drake's got abs now.
Crazy.
So he released like a picture on Instagram or something, and I saw it like on Reddit, I believe first, and the whole comment thread was just like, I think it was under the subreddit like fake natty,
Okay.
like r/fake natty,
Yeah.
and the whole comment section was just like roasting him for getting implants
Totally.
for abs, and it's and like I don't know, I'm not a plastic surgeon expert, but I was kind of seeing it when I was reading the descriptions from these people, because the rest of his body isn't like very fit,
Yeah.
but yet he has these like very visible abdominal muscles. So it's like, did you just do crunches all day, every day, and nothing else?
No way.
And you touch no other part of your body. Which is also crazy to me that Drake decided to like do this because he's really been having a bad, say, however long it's been since Kendrick released that song.
Bad time.
He's been having a real rough time. And so then you come back with like a thirst trap that just is nothing but ammunition for trolls and haters.
So is this official that Kendrick wins?
Totally.
It's official now. Now
I'm making it official. There's no way Drake wins.
now that he's
No
got
way.
and the abs were the final straw. Is that what you're saying?
I think it just makes him look more like an idiot.
But is it the final straw?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is he going to get worse? Is he going to take it a step further, Drake, and then like?
I guess he could do his face. Like he can
Okay.
start getting like plastic surgery on his face to like permanently make his face fucked.
That'd be crazy.
But as far as I'm concerned, it's only been the body.
Okay.
But, you know, with that, I was very curious about just like male plastic surgery.
All right.
Because I have entertained the idea of plastic surgery mostly around like my jawline and maybe like lipo.
Okay.
Unnecessary, but fun to play with.
Definitely.
So I was just curious, is like, is abdominal implants like on the rise because Drake is, you know, promoting it or whatever.
Could be a deal.
So from the American Society of Plastic Surgeons, they have like a list of statistics breakdown that they released in 2024.
Okay.
And what do you think is the most common plastic surgery procedure?
I would guess it's probably like is it like the forehead? Like the cheeks?
Like Botox?
Yeah, probably.
I don't, you know, maybe, I guess that could qualify, but that's not what this said. Because I
Okay.
think it was thinking more like surgeries or like invasive procedures. Botox is just kind of like a shot. It's not very invasive.
All right, then what is it?
It's liposuction.
Ah.
Americans want lipo. Suck it out of me, Bill.
I think I'd be down.
Suck it out of me.
I think I'd be down.
You would lipo?
Maybe.
See, with lipo, I don't like it.
Only-
Takes the fat cells, but it could always come back, right? It's not like a
Yeah, I
permanent
mean,
thing.
you do it again.
Just so much lipo.
You just keep lipoing until you
Just
know
stay
you're
connected
done.
to the vacuum then. At that point, eat whatever you want.
Okay,
Personal lipo.
sure.
Subscribe.
It's a good idea.
I don't know. See me on Shark Tank. So liposuction is the most popular. It's up 1% from last year.
Oh wow.
breast augmentation,
I believe that.
reduction for males. It's the procedure's called reduction gynomastia. So I guess this is typical of men that take steroids or have like hormonal issues, or I guess your body is just doing its thing. But what it is, it's like an extra little like fat supply, like where your nipple is. And so it could look very like effeminate. It could look like breasts.
Right.
And so with guys that do steroids, it like fucks up the shape of their pectoral muscle and like how it looks. And then like sometimes it peeks through shirts. It's, it can be unsightly. Some guys like tape them down. It's a whole thing. I was really going deep on this.
Whatever it takes.
I was really finding a lot of like gynomastia stuff. Like,
oh yeah.
There's a whole community of like fitness influencers who have all gotten gyno and then all just like talk about it, and it's usually from drug abuse, but that's up 2%.
Wow.
From last year. So then that was from the American Society of Plastic Surgeons. Then I went to the NIH website, which is the National Institute of Health, and for men they said the most common procedures besides liposuction and gynomastia is jawline filler, so you want like a very pronounced jawline, Botox, cool sculpting, which to me just seems kind of more like med spa, not so much as like an actual procedure, but whatever. And then butt lifts are very popular amongst the male population. I did not know that.
Amongst the men, huh?
It is, I guess. They really want to show off those booties.
Yeah, if you got it, flaunt it.
So it seems like men, they definitely want to fix their face more than their body, because the most popular being the jawlines, the Botox, and like the sculpting and stuff.
For sure.
But the increase in butt lifts and gynomastia is also pretty fascinating.
Yeah, scary, actually, I'd say.
I think I look at it as like plastic surgery follows trends in beauty.
Okay.
And, I think a pronounced jawline has always been kind of a popular male feature.
Agreed. Shout out Superman for that.
Yeah, with the butt chin.
Or the crimson chin.
Right. Very important.
Here comes the crimson chin.
And I think the rise in liposuction also speaks to this kind of like resurgence of like thin is in.
Yeah.
I think everybody wants to be skinny again. I think some of fashion is also transitioning back to like heroin chic, so being like almost like too skinny. And then gyno, it just seems like bodybuilders that don't want boobs.
Yeah.
So that all stemmed from like Drake and his abs. I was very fascinated into like what's happening in the world.
Yeah, I agree. That was interesting.
And Drake certainly has the money to buy new abs.
He definitely does. The way he runs.
Exactly. So for second part of Vicious Lies and Rumors, this is the one that's going to get like semi-political, but it's more so something that I saw and it kind of really piqued my interest. So right now there's a viral video or viral image of Trump's hands going around. Have you seen this?
Yes.
With the makeup? Yeah. So I guess they're using makeup to cover bruising for like infusions and stuff. And then there's another picture going around of him where he has like compressions around his ankles. So armchair doctors and the like are saying that Trump could very likely have, excuse me, I got a burp, a heart condition. So if you have like congenital heart disease, that could cause bilateral swelling of your ankles. And there's also rumors that he has to be cathed. And so he's got like, a catheter and bags and stuff in his clothes.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, his diet is shit. He's, not 225. He's not 6'4" and 220 pounds.
No way.
That is not true. He is not the healthiest president that's ever existed. And I'm just thinking like, I don't know. Is he dying?
Who's the healthiest?
Who was the healthiest?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good question. I don't like. It's hard to say with the older guys when modern medicine didn't necessarily exist.
Sure. You think Barack?
It could be Barack. I think. Well, no. Clinton had like a quadruple bypass, so I wouldn't say Clinton. Reagan ended up dying. He ended up getting like dementia, or Alzheimer's, or Parkinson's, or something.
Bush. Either the Bushes were they in shape?
Maybe Bush Jr.
Okay.
He seems pretty good. He seems pretty healthy. Bush Sr., he lived a while, but I think he was like, eh.
Okay.
Who else? Who was before? I don't know, but maybe Trump will get some plastic surgery and he'll fix and get some abs himself.
There you go. That'd probably help him secure a third term.
Yeah. I think so.
If he came back with abs.
Oh, totally. If he like, you know, these like photoshopped images of him with like these like Rocky type muscles, or like what's the one Rambo?
Yeah.
He's like Rambo with the guns on the
Ridiculous.
flags.
Such an idiot.
It is like, and when people like you see that and you're like, that's totally not a cult, right? That's totally not a cult.
Such a
They're all wearing the same things. They all Photoshop this, you know, geriatric fuck on bodybuilder bodies.
weird.
Because what? Why? It's just, it baffles me. And there's a Trump store. I saw this the other day in the suburbs. Do you remember like off of Barrington Road where the it's like now it's a Mariano's. There's a Goodwill in there. Like there used to be a McDonald's by the like jungle golf mini golf place.
Yes. Congo River.
Congo River. There was a Trump like merch store that opened up in that strip mall.
I'll tell you what. If I was looking to make a buck, selling overpriced Trump merch to dumb Republicans, not a bad
gig. It's not. It's not. It's almost like selling like I don't know, like coaching plans to like destitute men.
Yeah.
You know, it's
good idea.
You know, like I'll teach you how to get babes. It's like that type of person is a Trump supporter. You know what I mean? And that's
can I go on a little tangent?
please, yeah.
Dude.
That's why you're here.
Yeah, there's like a Nathan For You episode where he finds a bodybuilder that agrees to pretend that he got in shape by like moving boxes.
Okay.
And
Like cardboard boxes?
yeah, like for a moving company.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And Nathan Fielder has him like record a commercial for it. And he ends up getting on all kinds of different news this and news that.
Like you can get fit moving?
You can get fit like me
Oh my god.
if you just dedicate yourself to move packages.
Just moving boxes.
And,
Oh my god, so Amazon employees should be the fittest people on the planet.
And so Nathan gets a group of people together that want to do this sort of thing for free.
For free?
Get them, yeah, a free workout. Free workout. But they're moving boxes out of one place into another.
Oh my god.
Isn't that hilarious?
I mean, it's genius.
It is, dude. You gotta watch it.
But it's
and then he like catches the bodybuilder. He's like, he tells the bodybuilder that he can't go to the gym anymore. He's like, you can't. He's like, and Nathan.
right. This is your reputation.
Nathan hooks him up with like a storage unit that has some gym equipment in it. He's like, you work out here now. You don't go to the gym
right.
anymore.
You can't be in the public.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
And then he gets him to and then he like catches him coming out of the gym. And then Nathan's like, all right, you can go to the gym, but you got to wear this disguise.
Okay. Work.
Dude, you gotta watch this. It's excellent.
Nathan For You. I mean, it's great. It's a great show. I love the premise. I've become a Nathan Fielder fan.
Nice.
But
NFF.
sometimes when I watch this show, I'm like, we're so fucking dumb.
We are, but there's a couple episodes like there's good episodes. There's not so. There's like decent episodes, you know. But the good ones are crazy.
It kind of reminds me of this one time when I was working at the restaurant. There was a viral video that went around of like Kentucky introduced their first roundabout.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like an aerial drone view of people trying to use the roundabout, and they're all going in opposite directions.
Oh my god!
And I remember turning to my coworker that was like showing us the video, and I was like, "We really are nothing but animals, aren't we?"
Nothing but it. Hilarious.
And that's what it is, and so be it. We are animals.
Ding, ding, ding.
Kesha was right.
True that.
Okay, the fun sandwich is over.
It's over.
Back to the
business.
Back to the salty bread. So this is the new segment, Bad Bills. Bad Bills. So this one I'm just going to focus on bills from Congress or even Illinois state legislature or even other states. You're not, exempt from this list. That are just really shitty. That are going to do nothing for no one. Maybe
Okay.
the rich, but generally speaking, it's really not going to help anybody. So HR 1, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. That is the name. One Big Beautiful Bill Act. It's a stupid fucking name, but
Terrible.
he got us all saying Big Beautiful Bill for a really shitty bill. So, also possibly good marketing. First introduced July 3rd, I believe. Passed the House initially, went to the Senate. The Senate did some amending, and then passed the Senate, and then finally passed the House again with a vote of 218 to 214 on July 4th.
Yikes.
Signed into law on July 4th. Sorry, passed on July 3rd. And really, this is just an extension of the 2017 Trump Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which, if anybody remembers that one, pretty much gave all the money to the rich, and the rich got to exempt their PJs. Private jets, not pajamas.
Yikes.
Yeah, private jets are exempt, but I don't know. School supplies for teachers, not.
No way.
So what
They
this
gotta
bill?
pay for that out of pocket.
Yeah, crazy. The Department of Education's gone too, so whatever. Really this bill is just going to make the tax cuts for the wealthy permanent.
Mm-hmm.
And then the two other biggest additions are a massive increase in border spending and border defense, quote unquote.
Lame.
And then energy. Drill, baby, drill. Big oil, EVs, green energy. What the fuck is that? Don't need it. So with tax cuts for ultra wealthy people, a massive increase in border spending, and less tax incentives and benefits to those switching to green energy, everybody asks the most important American question: how are you going to pay for it?
Right.
How are you going to pay for this? And the Republicans came up with a beautiful idea for the One Big Beautiful Bill, and that was to take Medicaid away from people, so take healthcare away from people, and to take SNAP, which is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, away from pregnant moms and those who struggle with food security.
Oh, no.
So, tax cuts for the rich, a concentration camp built in Florida, and essentially a go fuck you to the environment is all being paid for by taking people off health insurance and taking food away from struggling families.
Terrible.
Because that is obviously the priority.
Trump.
And the craziest thing about this bill, and I'll get into more of some of the specifics or some of the things. The craziest thing to me is how evil genius the Republicans kind of did it. So a lot of this stuff won't take effect until after the midterms. I think I might be wrong. Either way,
It's all right.
the bill is delayed. The
Yeah.
whole idea of this, of these policies, is to delay them so that once it's the House generally flips Republican, Democrat come midterms. It's just how the trend always goes.
Totally.
And so they have added these extension or these waiting periods or this enrollment or deployment times to benefit the Republicans and to make it look like it's the Democrats' fault. So this is going to go in. Oh, yeah, it is after the midterms. So the Democrats are likely going to win the midterms. So this is all going to go into effect after that. So when the next presidential election comes around, all the Republicans have to do is say, wow, look at how the Democrats suck. But it's really the Republicans' bill that is causing all this fucking problems.
Classic.
And the Democrats fucking suck at messaging, and they're probably going to get their ass handed to them.
Yeah.
Because the Democrats are so good at losing. I think they love it. I think they get off on it. I think Chuck Schumer literally beats his meat to losing.
Crazy.
In his, strongly worded letters. Fucking idiot. So, the CBO, which is the Congressional Budget Office, which is a bipartisan organization, had released some numbers about the bill. They usually release, anytime there's a big budget bill, the CBO usually releases some numbers that says this bill is going to cause, increase the deficit by this much or decrease the deficit by this much. X amount of people are going to lose health insurance, so on and so forth.
Okay.
And these are predictions. These aren't codified facts, but the CBO is generally correct on where the bill is going to take the country in terms of, money and employment and coverage and stuff like that.
Okay.
So the CBO said that the bill is going to add generally about $3.4 trillion to the federal deficit, which for all of my fiscal conservatives out there that are deficit hawks, what the fuck is that? Did you guys not read the bill? Because they didn't. They didn't.
They probably just, agreed to terms and conditions.
Yeah. Arguably. Yeah, that's exactly what. Well, because this bill was probably written by, I don't know, the Heritage Foundation or some think tank, and then they just agreed to it. And actually, like, when it first passed the House, and there were sections of the bill that, like, finally, like, hit the media, like, for example, one of them being, like, this 10 years no regulation of AI.
Jeez.
A bunch of Republicans came out and tweeted like, "Oh, I would have never voted for the bill if I knew that was in there." But I was like, "Bitch, it wasn't there, and you did vote for it."
Yeah, for real.
And then another thing that killed me, I think Suzanne Murkowski from Alaska, the senator from Alaska.
Okay.
She ended up voting for the bill, and she was caught by a reporter in the hallway of the Senate, and they were like, "Why did you vote for this bill?" Because they made all these special carve-outs for Alaska. So did you sell out the United States for Alaska? And she's like, "Well, I'll do whatever I want for Alaska, whatever." And then another thing in this, presser that she did, she said, "I didn't like this bill. I didn't want to vote for this bill. I want the Republicans in the House to now do extra stuff." So understand this: Republicans in the House voted for a shit bill and said, "Oh, the Republicans in the Senate are going to clean it up." And then the Senate voted for a shit bill and then said the Republicans in the House are going to clean it up. That's what happened.
Yikes.
It's crazy.
It's stupid.
It is crazy. So meanwhile, 3.4 billion or trillion is being added to the federal deficits. It is believed that 11.8 million people are going to lose their healthcare coverage by 2034, and a total of 16.9 million are going to lose their coverage beyond 2034.
Jesus.
So that's about, I think that's less than 2% of the population, but that's a fuck ton of people. And the crazy thing about it is, like, it's still going to be expensive. You won't have health insurance, but you get sick, you're still going to go to the hospital. And the hospital is still going to have to treat you by law.
Right.
So you can't pay for these bills. Who's going to pay them? Us, taxpayers. Or, actually, everything for health and, like, all the costs of health care and medicine is going to skyrocket.
Can't have that.
And man, it's wild. So then there's some work, and then additionally there's some work requirements to Medicaid. So you have to work like 80 hours or something a month. I don't know. But if you're and there's some exceptions for like disabled people and pregnant people, but it's believed that these work requirements are going to do kind of like the bulk of throwing people off of their health insurance.
Yeah.
And then the really crazy thing, and this is why I don't understand the Republicans why they vote for a party that actively works against their own self-interest. So with the cuts to Medicaid and Medicare, the rural hospitals get most of their money that way. So without that influx of federal dollars, these rural hospitals are going to have to close. Which means you're going to have a lot of rural folk in Iowa, Nebraska, Georgia, you name it. And they will be tens of miles, if not further, from their nearest hospital.
That's terrible. That's awful.
It could be like 50 miles. You could be 50 miles to your nearest hospital.
Terrible. It's gonna put a lot of people in terrible positions.
And I just can't fathom the evil of it. Like, this bill is evil to me.
Yeah.
It does nothing but benefit people that don't need more money. You have $1 billion. You have more money. You can spend, I think, like $100 a day, and you still won't spend $1 billion by the end of your lifetime.
Yeah. I believe that.
It's crazy. So, and I think there was like a website that went around where it's like a ratio calculator for billionaires, where it's like you take Elon Musk's money and you compare that to your own. And so, like, say you buy like a $50,000 car, that's 19 cents to Elon's wealth.
Ridiculous.
Like, it's a level of money and wealth and power that it boggles the mind as to why it's legal.
I agree.
So work requirements for Medicare and Medicaid is going to really throw everybody off, and the tricky thing is that these are state enforced. So I imagine a lot of the red states are going to like throw people off really quickly. But then there's a carve out to that if states are found to be non-compliant, then the federal government can step in and kick people off.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, crazy. So that's like the cuts section. I don't know the total cuts to Snapper. I didn't write that down, but Google it.
Google it, people.
The biggest other, the next big thing in this bill is border security,
Yikes.
because that's the Republican platform, right? We want to, defend the border, build the wall, whatever.
Yeah, those are all of our problems.
Yeah, exactly. Brown people and people of color are why you can't afford health insurance. Fucking idiots. So, the Immigrations and Customs Enforcement,
Right.
I think that's what that translates to. But this is all like under the umbrella of Homeland Security, I think. But they're getting an additional $46.5 billion,
Terrible.
which is more money than most militaries around the world.
Yeah.
And this is going to a fucking, I don't know, deportation force.
Terrifying.
Like a Gestapo.
Absolutely terrifying.
Like, have you seen the videos of, like, the ICE officers, like, arresting people, and they're, like, all in masks and everything like that?
yeah.
It's the fucking Gestapo. Like, I cannot press it upon people enough that we are witnessing a secret police, break the law and destroy people's lives. And I have one Republican friend as of right now, and I have one Trump friend. And I try to, get him to see the light.
Right.
But I don't know. Sometimes I think, like, the bigot is so deep that maybe he's just a bigot.
I think you're right there.
He's just maybe just a bigot. And, like, he doesn't hate gay people. He doesn't hate immigrants. He really hates Muslims, though. So.
Put him on blast.
Yeah, I am. I will.
Canceled.
Yeah, be a bigot. You're going to find out. I didn't name drop you, so
So,
whatever.
we know.
You know who you are, and you can fix your opinions. Please do. So, the next thing about, this border security thing, that really, to me, this seems illegal, and I don't understand how they can do this. But I guess maybe there was a financial incentive, or like a financial thing for asylum, but I don't see how that's legal. So anyway, asylum. You know what asylum is?
Yeah.
Yeah, you seek asylum. So now it's going to cost people $100 to seek asylum in the United States.
Weird.
There's a fee. There's a $100 asylum fee. Which you seek asylum because if you go back to your home country, you will be murdered. You will be, your life is in danger.
Totally.
And I believe by international statute that the United States within the UN has agreed upon is that, like, asylees and those who seek asylum are not breaking the law. It is not illegal to seek asylum. And then the Republicans always say, well, like, they crossed the border not through, like, a port of entry, so that's illegal. It's an illegal border crossing. Oh my God. Fuck you. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
I agree.
It's really not. Okay, God forbid they didn't wait in line for 3 days or however fucking long it takes to get through a port of entry.
Yeah,
so they crossed the Rio Grande and then they went to, I don't know, a government facility and said, like, I'm seeking asylum.
Yeah. What's so bad about that?
What is wrong with that? Do you have no compassion? Do you have no empathy for these people?
Apparently not.
These are the people that have trekked through fucking jungles, fucking cartel-infested cities and neighborhoods just to get to the United States to potentially have a better life. And then you tell them, no, you can't seek asylum because you entered the border illegally. Or if they do seek asylum, give me $100.
Ridiculous.
It's just cruel. It's just blatant cruelty.
Yeah.
In law, in statute, it is cruelty in statute.
I agree.
And people, and this bill was passed so quickly without anybody really knowing what's going on, and this is the law of the land for the foreseeable future.
Scary.
And nobody cares. Nobody seems to really give a fuck. So next, after the border, bullshit, green energy. As we know, climate change is real, but Republicans don't think it is. And they want the oil companies who have known about it since the 70s. I believe it was ExxonMobil that produced a report that said they know the effects of fossil fuels and greenhouse gases and its impact on the planet. But drill, baby, drill.
Drill, baby, drill.
So this big thing, it ends the green energy tax credits. So like the EV car tax incentives, those disappear. And do you remember when Elon and Trump got in like a little Twitter beef?
Yeah, I do.
It was because of this. It was because Elon was pissed off that Trump was getting rid of the EV tax credit. And so he popped off on Twitter, told everybody that Trump's in the Epstein files. And that's why. Which he is. It's not probably. He is. And that's why, you know, the little Twitter beef started, which I live. So EV tax credits are gone, and then it's removing money for nonprofits that fight climate change and pollution. So
fuck the climate.
So fuck the environment.
Yeah, fuck it.
Which to me is crazy. Conservatism. You want to conserve the environment.
No way. Too obvious.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess it is.
Way too obvious.
You know, you can't have clean air, clean water, God forbid, in the richest country in the world. You know, let's make every city like Flint. And that's really what this bill is like on track to do. And it's all. Well, actually, I think part of it is also like it's really going to leave a lot of states high and dry,
right?
And a lot of the red states, and what so like the blue states, California, Illinois, New York, being kind of like the most, I don't know, financially impactful of the blue states, they pay for all the red states' bullshit because the red states can't afford anything.
Of course.
So the blue states are subsidizing the red states.
Yeah.
And if all of this eventually turns into like every state for themselves, the red states are fucked.
I agree.
The only one that might survive is Texas, but your energy grid is ass. So good luck when the next deep freeze hits.
Yeah, and that's going to happen. They just had terrible flooding over there.
Yes. Oh my God.
Terrible.
Can we talk about that for a hot second?
Yeah, get into it. I had a driver that was driving through it.
Really?
Terrifying.
So I didn't prepare this for the pulpit, but that dominated the news cycle it still is for a little bit.
Right.
But the campers at that fucking place that just disappeared.
Gone.
And what's crazy is that like they knew that this would happen.
Yeah.
And did nothing.
Of course.
Crazy. So jail. People need to be in jail.
Jail.
And then Greg Abbott. I fucking hate Greg Abbott. He's you know what? I'm going to say it. And I'm not ableist, but I hate him, so I'm going to say it. He's a crippled piece of shit.
There you go.
I said it. And I hate him. He sucks. I really hope he falls out of his wheelchair and never gets back in.
There you go. It's been said.
I said it. So, let's see what else I have here. Oh, another fun thing that adds $5 trillion to the debt ceiling. So every year, like Congress arbitrarily debates the debt ceiling, which is just like if you spend beyond the debt ceiling, then the United States has to pay debts or whatever, or like the United States defaults. So they just raise the debt ceiling, which just means you can have more debt.
Oh, great.
But it's always a big issue because the Republicans get on their, soapbox and grandstand and be like, the Democrats are spending too much. And then meanwhile, you get Republicans that, increase the debt ceiling to $5 trillion and then increase the deficit by $3.4 trillion.
Yeah, we can't. That's just reckless spending.
Yeah, because
so reckless.
These are nothing but old white men that don't experience consequences.
Yeah.
That's really what it seems like.
Yeah. Huh.
If you look at a picture of the Republican Party, I think there's, like, in the House specifically, I think there's only one or two people of color. Everybody else is either old, white, male or female. More so male.
Yeah.
And then you look at the Democrats, and they have generally a decent body of diversity.
Right.
It could be better, but it's fucking better than that country club bullshit you see on the other side.
Oh, for sure.
So then the last thing I want to talk about is this tax on tips. So at first, I believe the Republicans in the House said it was going to be cash only, there's no tax on tips, but for cash only. And then the Senate amended that to that no tax on tips, but it's capped at $25,000.
Ridiculous.
To which, okay, great, that $25,000, but anybody that works in the service industry and pays for themselves or even more is going to make more than $25,000 in tips. The bulk of your income, 90% of your income, comes from tips.
Oh yeah.
So it's still going to get taxed. Okay, 25,000 is not included in that, but you're still getting taxed on it. So this whole campaign that no tax on tips, you can keep all your money is bullshit. So that's my sad pulpit sandwich.
It's okay. I think it's good. I think we covered a lot.
I mean, this bill is almost 1,000 pages, so obviously there's more in there. I think there's tax cuts for. I mean, don't quote me on it, but I generally believe that I think there are tax cuts for private jets still. I think there's additional tax cuts for I think there was tanning beds was also included. I think at one point.
Ridiculous.
Because every rich person needs a tanning bed in their house and tax exempt it.
There you go.
So, yeah, I would just love to see in my lifetime majority party actually do something that benefits the middle class.
I agree. I'm with you.
Because you can argue the Inflation Reduction Act was a step in that direction, and it did help, some things, but it's gone now.
Right.
So that didn't fucking mean shit. So
don't mean shit. It don't mean shit.
Don't mean shit. Don't mean shit. So politics. Stay engaged. I had this debate with my Republican friend where he's like, "You'll be happier if you don't talk about politics," and I think there might be some truth there. I think if you don't concern yourself with the woes and sufferings of others, you're less inclined to be sad.
Sure.
I get that. But I'm gonna really press the argument that you should stay engaged because when this shit hits you, you should be aware of it and you shouldn't be surprised.
Totally.
And that's what I'm here for. I personally the idea of this pulpit is to allow me to talk shit on some of the stupid things that are happening.
Right.
But also kind of increase the awareness for some people if that ever happens.
Oh yeah. You're increasing awareness. Don't you worry.
That's the goal.
Brilliant.
Every hole is a goal.
There you go.
So
way to slip that in.
So tune in to Sofa Tomatoes. It's our other podcast where you'll find out how special that hole is.
Yeah.
And tune in
So
to
fucking
Sofa
special.
Survivors. Oh yeah, it's a so fucking special episode. What do we got? Sofa Survivors is our other special
Sofa
baby.
Survivors. Oh yeah, check us out on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Podcasts, all that stuff.
We're everywhere. We're global, baby.
Everywhere. So check us out.
And yeah, if you have any critiques or you just want to say I'm a stupid libtard leftist, comment, subscribe, shoot us an email at sofatomatoespod@gmail.com.
100%.
I would love to hear from you. And if you have a story about, say, you've been impacted already by this administration, I would love to know how and why. Because these are real people affecting real lives.
Agreed.
And those stories ought to be told.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Love that. I'm with you 100%.
Okay, amazing. Well, thanks for tuning in, you guys.
Thank
and we
you.
will see you on the next one.